When it is super hot and humid outside, as it's been several times this summer, is it a bad idea to exercise outside in the heat? Well, Anthony Peters from QuickHIT Fitness Labs is here with some pros and cons of all of that. Of course, you run an indoor fitness studio,
Correct,
right,
yeah.
Anthony? So I suppose people who go to see you want to be inside where it's climate controlled.
Typically, yes. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. And it all just depends on their preference there. So,
Well, are there advantages to exercising outdoors? Now, when it's hot, let's talk about the summer season.
so there are advantages. Researchers have shown that there are some positive effects, especially you can improve blood plasma volume, which is going to also translate to improving cardiovascular health, which is nice.
Because it's just the fresh air. Fresh air
and just being able to work in that heat and add that little extra stress to your body and everything. You're also going to be able to improve your heat tolerance there, so make you a little less prone to heat stress, which is nice. Is actually, weirdly enough, shown improvement in working out in colder temperatures because of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever been an outdoor exerciser? Has that been a thing for you ever?
Yes, so avid runner, avid race walker, so I'm out there quite a bit.
Do you do some of our big races like the Bix or
yes.
Yes?
Yep, I'm actually on the Running Wild Elite team.
There you go. See? See, so you know about this. What do you like about working out in the outdoor heat?
Of course, just being able to break up the monotony, kind of zone out a little bit, but it also adds a little extra challenge or extra flair to what you're doing, because you have to be able to coordinate what you're doing. I'm a distance runner, so I like the little strategy side of what you're doing there. So you have to be hydrated, you have to find shade, all that kind of stuff. So it just adds a little extra twist to your workout.
Sure, because and we have every kinds of weather here, right? And you mentioned even working out in the cold has its own. Are you a cold weather runner as well?
Yes, not preferably, but we do what we can.
Yeah. Well, if there's a downside, what would that be for exercising in the heat outdoors?
Of course. There's the basics. You can get a sunburn. You can get heat exhaustion or heat stroke, which unfortunately I did suffer at the last Olympic trials. It's not fun.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you not hydrate enough? What happened?
It was just hotter than expected. Wasn't as ready as I could have been for it, and we finished, but it wasn't as good as it could have been.
So that proves that there is a conditioning to be done, even though you were used to it. I mean, you've done it before.
Yeah.
You can still get in trouble with the heat.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay.
You want to do everything you can to try and acclimate to it. Sunscreen, super important. As I mentioned before, hydrating is especially important.
Take your water outside when you run. Do you have water or something else with you?
I usually plan my route so that there's water fountains throughout.
When do you drink your vodka? Oh, not... that's a different story. I'm just teasing you. Okay, now let's talk about how a workout helps maybe burn more calories. Does that happen with heat exercise?
Short answer is technically yes. Whether or not it's an extra significant amount is arguable versus when you're looking at the pros and cons. It's just really not enough extra to make that your only reason for working out in the heat. There's the other reasons I mentioned earlier that are a little more important. So
there's the running, walking, biking. What else is an outdoor activity for exercise? Running, walking, biking?
Yeah.
Is that it? Or swimming. Swimming.
The swimming, of course.
Swimming is great exercise,
right?
Right?
Most definitely. It's great on the joints and everything. A little lower impact, which is always cool too. So aqua jogging is nice.
Aqua jogging, yeah.
There's always, there's racquetball, pickleball is really taking off in this area.
Have you tried pickleball?
I have done it once.
What did you think?
It's not bad. It's not as much running around and twisting and turning as tennis might be there, but it's super fun.
A great workout. I mean, it's really become a growing senior thing. And it makes sense, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So show us a couple things, if maybe some outdoor exercise to do when you don't have any equipment. You're just out on your own and you want to add a little, I don't know, stretching or strength training. What would you do?
Yeah, certainly. So I have 3 exercises prepared for just different areas of when you're outside. First and foremost, so if you have a curb or if you prefer to do it on a flat surface, it's just a little twist on the classic calf raise. I always recommend something next to you just for balance's sake if you need it. But essentially just a calf raise rocker where essentially you're going to go up all the way on the toes as high as you can and then on your way down, you're going to go nice and slow and rock back onto the heels, and then you're going to repeat that a bit. That's going to help work the shins and the calves,
really?
Which is nice. Yeah.
Is that a strength training or in preparation for a run or something, or both?
It can be both, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2?
For sure. Another thing you can do is something on the sidewalk. You can add it to your walk or whatever you're doing. But essentially, you're going to kind of bring the legs out wide, and this is going to be a side squat. So what you'll do is start from standing here. You're going to go to the side, squat down, and then you can either keep going down the sidewalk or you can repeat and go the opposite direction.
Is that okay on the knees if your knees are sensitive?
I would be a little careful with it on the knees. What you can do is just not go quite as low, only go as low as you're comfortable.
Okay, and one more real quick?
For sure, and then one I'd recommend up on a tree or a park bench. You can grab onto whatever object you're using there, back up nice and slow here, and then you're gonna bring the knee up and then go back. And just a little bit of a lunge if you can. Hopefully the chair is not blocking me there.
No furniture outside.
Yeah.
Good tips, Anthony. So your QuickHIT labs are going well, the fitness lab, yeah?
Oh, most certainly, yeah.
QuickHIT Fitness there on 37th Street in Davenport. I'm glad you stopped by. It's a good tips for outdoor exercise in the summer.
Well, certainly. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah.